Man who sneaked into a bank in Imo State had hid overnight in its ceiling and allegedly attempted to hack its computer systems has now been caught and assaulted by security operatives, sparking outrage over both the intrusion and the officers' unprofessional response. The incident, now viral, occurred after the suspect entered the bank posing as a regular customer and hid in the toilet ceiling during working hours. By the next morning, the staff discovered the toilet door locked from within. Upon forcing it open, they found the man inside the ceiling. The bank's system reportedly displayed a message restarting. Click OK to accept. A video circulating online shows security personnel dragging the suspect out and physically assaulting him. Reacting to the video, Nigerian police spokesperson Olumuyiwa Adejobi condemned the officers' conduct and promised a thorough investigation. Unprofessional conduct. Too bad. Many indecent acts were spotted in the video. We will look into it holistically, Adejobi posted on X. The incident has raised questions about bank security and law enforcement procedures, while many expressed concern over the attempted breach. Others criticized the brutality of the officers, noting that it mirrored mob justice. The bank is yet to issue an official statement, while police investigations continue into both the attempted hack and the officers' conduct. So a few weeks ago, I was at an event. All right, I think about a month, and a man had tried to steal a phone, but the person he was going to steal it from was quick to notice that something has dropped off, like a bag was open, and he was the closest person, as as fate, he had phone in hand, and he said, oh, he just picked it up. So she kind of made noise about it. And the place was quite heavily guarded because it was a kind of like a big ecosystem event, and this man was flogged, beaten by the officers. What are your thoughts on this report as regards, are we going to say it's abuse of power or a direct punishment for, crimes committed?
It's abuse of power. Yes. Punishment for crime, maybe no. No, in the sense that not because the victim doesn't deserve punishment,
okay,
but because modern society has clearly defined who determines punishment,
okay,
for any infraction.
Okay.
Ideally, such cases should be taken to a court. If somebody has been arrested, charged to court, the court determines if the person is worthy of punishment first. If punishment is determined, then a sentencing would be done. And also know that the persons who carry out the sentence are not even the one who implement the sentence. Excuse me. Let me give you an example. You may have been aware of the ongoing Puff Daddy trial in America. Of course, the American system uses the jury system, which is not what we use here.
Yeah.
Now, the jury sits with the judge there also, looking at all the accusation, trying to establish if he is guilty.
Right.
After it has been established that he is guilty, the judge passes a sentence, a jail term, whatever the sentence is, and it is handed over, or he is handed over to the law enforcement agents, which implement the punishment. So in this case, in both incidents in Nigeria, both the one you witnessed and the one we are reading about now, so what would have happened is this. I understand that the security personnel may have felt slighted that in spite of our presence here, you have the guts to come and attempt that. But you see, security shouldn't just be all about emotion. That's why we talk about living in a lawful society as against living in a lawless society. Whatever your emotions are, the law should supersede.
Okay.
Your code of conduct. What does your code of conduct say in carrying out your official responsibility? Those things are there to check our emotions, because at times our emotion could run wide, and if we follow that emotion immediately, act according to the emotion, things may go wrong. So if we are guided by our code of conduct, by the law, in this case, what they should have done is, having apprehended him, maybe ask some questions, like interrogate him to know you know, the modus operandi, take him to the police station.
What if he refuses to, you know, comply and talk? Because I'll use the case I cited to you. When they were done flogging on this man, he mentioned that they've already taken about 7 phones out of the event. And before you can say Jack, 2 other men were on the floor receiving extra drilling, as it were.
You see, if he refused to talk, in the past, torture used to be a way of extracting confession from the accused. Right. But in recent times, globally, using torture as a means of extracting confession is being condemned.
Condemned, yes.
Yeah, because it's like this. Even the innocent can make a wrong confession if the torture becomes unbearable. You're flogging somebody to say, confessing that you thief or something like that, and even throw it at the person, like, why not just confess, I will stop you. The person is undergoing pain, so he may say, yes, I did it,
whereas he didn't.
Whereas he didn't do it, so as to save himself from that. And then you obtain that confessional statement and write that he has confessed, only for the guy to get to court where he's a little bit protected now. The severity of the brutality has reduced. He tells you, no, I didn't do it, I was forced to say it. Then that throws your whole evidence off the window. So in that case, even if he refuses to do, I don't think, if we build our system very well, I don't think our system should be bereft of idea on how to get a confession. In some cases, even trying to get a confessional statement would just be a way to add to what you have. Like in this case, he was already found in the ceiling. Right. I'm sure the bank would have cameras to show that maybe he was brought out of the place. So there is already an evidence that it's only for us to establish why did he sleep in the bank overnight. Already there is a security breach that has been established. So the confession is maybe just to establish his intent, and maybe if they are collaborators or co-conspirators, which is very fine to establish, but it shouldn't be done through torture. And I don't understand this. You see, it says a lot about our society. When people who are on the wrong make video of their wrongful acts, it's questions that, do they really understand? Yes, everybody would be happy that the guy is arrested, because if he had succeeded, who knows the extent of damage it would have done. Not just to that organization, but to her customers all over. You may be a victim, I may be a victim. Just anybody could be a victim, you know. And this victim would have a way of spiraling out of, you know, you may just think that you're the only one who has money there, but the school fees you have to pay has been affected. That means the school also has been affected. The rent you have to pay, you know, so many things are involved. So it's good he's arrested, but going forward, security agencies should not be seen as barbaric. When they arrest the person, take the person. I'm making a video of this. For me, it's a little bit uncultured. Then, talking of the guy and the bank, I also think that going forward, you see, the bank cannot be blamed here, but I think that going forward, the bank can have a system that checks how long a person stays in the toilet, because this thing is a criminal act, but it would have also been a health emergency. That somebody went into the toilet, maybe collapsed. But
then, when we say going to the toilet, maybe collapsed, he was not even in the toilet, he was in the ceiling.
No, yeah, but he went into the toilet.
Yes, he
locked the toilet. So what I'm bringing there,
he didn't lock the toilet during the day. The toilet lock would have been when everybody had gone home. Else, I'm sure somebody would have spotted him if he was just sitting in the toilet and it was locked. Someone would have noticed it during the day, because people would usually want to use the restroom when they go into the
That's the reason I'm talking about, you know, having a system that monitors how long a person stays in the toilet. Not because you want to inconvenience anybody, but not on a normal. If nothing is wrong, there is only how long you can stay in a toilet. Like if they have a system, maybe that will say, okay, this person has been in the toilet for like 1 hour. Is everything okay? That's an unusual length of time to be in the toilet. To begin to wonder, is anything okay? You know, somebody goes there to knock, to check out the person. Like I said, it may have been a health emergency. So maybe if such was the case, I see that somebody entered there for over 1 hour and is not out and maybe an alarm is raised, you know, in going to check the place, notice that there is no response coming from inside, that could have raised a question. So if it was even a health emergency, it would have been averted.
Right.
But in this case, he had to sleep. I mean, that was a determined criminal. Slept over there, you know, over the bank, slept in the bank, and all that. I also think, like I'm saying, maybe the bank security system can also have a system that monitors what happens inside the bank after work. I'm sure the system now would be that the cameras just monitor the environment to ensure that there is no intrusion.
Right.
Instead, but if they have a system that maybe shows what happens inside the bank after everybody has left, maybe they would have even noticed when the guy came down.
Very well, thank you so much for your insight on that report.